Are you about to watch this video and you're not liked and subscribed to it? Like the video, please. Just go down. It's right there. It's right there.
I did. I hit it. I hit it. Have you hit it?
Welcome back to Starting Nine.
Let's go.
Episode 276. It's September 16th. It's Thursday night that we're recording this podcast because the Oakland A's had a day baseball game against the Kansas City Salvador
Royals.
Perez's.
Yeah. Wow. Glad to get out of town.
Yeah. I mean, he homered in every single game, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. Sure did.
So,
you know what's crazy?
Now they're saying that he passed Johnny Bench. Like, they're acknowledging that, like...
Yeah. Yeah, he sure did.
That's how that works?
Yeah, remember, well, we
Oh,
had
no,
this...
tied. Okay, so this is from Fox Sports MLB tweeted, Salvador Perez is now tied with Johnny Bench for most home runs in a single season by a catcher with 45. So I'm sure... I'm not going to be that guy. I personally do not give a fuck, and I agree with the point that you made. I think it was last episode. If you're catching, if most of your games played are as a catcher, you're a catcher. Of course, you're going to have some days as a DH. You're a catcher. That's how we're going to qualify it. But I believe in the season that Bench hit 45 home runs, he hit probably 10 more as an actual, like, I'm in the lineup as a catcher today.
As opposed to any other position he played?
Yeah, like if he probably played, did he play like first base or something? Because he wouldn't have had.
I mean, that's the whole point is.
Let me see. Johnny Bench, he hit 45 home runs when he was 22 years old. Damn. In 1970. So let's see the splits here. Johnny Bench. 45 homers, 38 of them came as a catcher that year. 1 as a first baseman, 5 as a left fielder, 1 as a right fielder.
Yeah, like I said, like we're not arguing this anymore.
No.
Yeah. No, that is what it is. But Salvador Perez, like, dude, and you know, I have to be careful in what I say.
Did he DH or catch today? Do you know?
Salvador he DH today.
Okay, so he has 30 homers as a catcher this year, and he has 15 as a DH.
Right. So if they're telling you today that he tied Johnny Bench and he hit this home
Johnny
run
Bench
as a DH, well, he tied Johnny Bench.
He tied Johnny Bench.
Straight up.
Yeah.
But he's the one guy in this lineup, obviously, right now that you can't let beat you, if that's going to be the case. And what sucks is the homer beat us. The homer hurt. The homer hurt.
Specifically, the Salvador Perez homer hurt. Big time.
Yes.
I want, if Major League Baseball wants to, if Major League Baseball really wants to see their revenue go up another tick, because you want to talk about Major League Baseball attendance might be down and ratings are good. Ratings are good. Attendance down depending on the team. Good teams, they fill up seats. But if you want to make up for down attendance for shit baseball teams, I would pay an extra $100 a year to get access to the cough mic audio for Major League broadcasters.
Like you're talking about just being able to hear what
they truly feel in the moment. Like, fuck! All right, the 2-2.
Yeah.
Just give me all the like. If you push the cough button, nothing happens. Give me that $100.
Yeah, it's going to cost you a lot more than $100, and there's going to have to be an absolute guarantee that is a non-recordable feed.
With cell phone
then you might
cameras,
have
there's
something.
no such thing.
What's that?
With cell phone cameras, there's no such thing. You can rip whatever you want. I think it would be more along the lines of I can't get fired for what I say when I hit the cough button because I'm hitting the cough button to protect myself from the FCC or whoever. Is the FCC TV or is that radio?
That's TV.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I have no idea, but yeah. Yeah.
So,
maybe it's the radio because Eminem, the FCC won't let me beat. That's all.
Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense. But whoever regulates television, I mean, yeah, if you hit the cough button, you're exempt from any infractions there. But people can pay extra, like a paper. You can say whatever you want on pay-per-view or any of the HBO non-cable channels. You pay a premium subscription.
I mean, I'm telling you, like the we call it like the Brockmire broadcast, like to be able to do a Brockmire broadcast, like an unfiltered, and it would. The cool thing about it is if it's not just over the top, ridiculous, but you're getting the PC for the most part. Mm-hmm. But every now and then there's this son of a bitch, or oh my God, that was shit on. Like could you imagine hearing that from the other room? You know what I mean?
I think it'd be great. I think that's what people want too.
Oh, trust me. Like there's so many times where I just want to be like, and look like a fastball. Yeah, sure did. He had zero fucking shot there. To just be able to expand on that and like, it would be great.
It would be so great.
Oh my God. I would have a field day.
And I feel like that's kind of what like Barstool wants to do if that deal ever does come to fruition. They probably want to, like, obviously it's going to be more gambling centric, but they want like a looser broadcast. They want an honest dialogue. So we'll see if that actually ever happens. I feel like there might be more optimism than people realize about that actually getting done in the future, but we'll see. I think it'd be great. I think it would be great.
That's why there's alternative viewing, like the VR games and the YouTube games, because there's different ways. Like you want to ask questions to the folks who are calling the game. Well, you can do that on the YouTube game, and you just hit the chat and start pounding the keys, and maybe your question gets answered. So it's not necessarily about competing with the broadcasts that are already out there.
No.
It's about offering alternative viewing and being able to find that market and be able to cater to it and, again, deliver a product in the fashion that people are looking for it in. That's going to play. It's always going to play.
Let me ask you this, because I tweeted about this, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I've done like different versions of this question. Like if you could pick any 3 broadcasters that are active in Major League Baseball, who would be like your all-star Major League Baseball broadcast booth? But the question I want to ask you, if all of baseball fans were polled, who do you think the top 3 broadcasts would be in that voting? Like the best, not favorite, just who's the top 3 best broadcasts? And you can't pick your own. Because I would put you guys in there. I think I would, genuinely. As one of the, I don't know, less than 100 people on planet Earth who watch every game every night, I would say that I'm qualified. And I think I would have you somewhere in there, yeah.
Well, that's very thoughtful and nice of you. And a lot of that has to do with Glenn Kuiper and Ray Fosse. And it's just all about chemistry. And that's what I think people have to listen for, people want to hear, is because you're watching a game with your friends or people that you think like could be your friends. That's how I want to view it anyway, is like, yeah, let's sit down and watch a ball game. Like, here's what's going on. Like, I happen to be a player, so that's my perspective, but this is what's going on. This is what I'm seeing. And that's how it should come across. You should be able to have a good time too, whether you're winning the ball game, losing the ball game, because again, you're working with the fans and you're delivering a product, but you feel along with the fans. So I think you would gravitate towards broadcasts like that. The Padres have a great broadcast. I love Don Orsillo. I mean, Grant is just
Grant's amazing. He doesn't get. Don Orsillo gets all the love on the internet, but Grant is.
No,
you need someone to help Don be Don. If you put Don with a stiff, then Don can't be Don. You also need to have this. You need to have the chemistry with Don to unleash Don at his best.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Mark did. I mean, it's I enjoy listening to them call a ball game. There's an individual who I really like, Jason Benetti.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know that he is on a regional broadcast. I don't think, is he?
Let's see.
I don't think he is. White Sox?
No, he is with the White Sox. The White Sox belong somewhere in the top 3.
Because they've got, but do they have they've got multiple, and that's the other thing is like for teams that have maybe sets or multiple announcers, like guys that'll do play-by-play and color and how that can change and stuff. Like I think that's cool. I think that's cool. But I also think that there's something to be said for the the core groups or the core tandem or trio, however it is that are the mainstays. That that's part of being
Mets fans are screaming at their stereos right now and their iPhones. Talk about the Mets broadcast. They do have one of the best, if not.
Well, trust me, I was going to get to Keith
and the Giants,
to Keith and Ron. Oh yeah, well, I mean, like Kruk and Kipe, that's gold standard. Like Kruk and Kipe are your favorite announcers. Mm-hmm. And then I think you start to then you can start a list. You know what I mean? Like Kruk and Kipe have their own mountain over there. And then after we see that mountain, I can show you Mount Rushmore.
Fair. Yeah, I think it's some combination of the ones that we talked about: Mets, A's, Giants, Padres, White Sox. Those 5 make up the top 5, unless I'm forgetting an obvious one.
Well, and then let me take it one step further and say this much. Whoever the folks that are listening right now are screaming about their team and their broadcast, like
Blue Jays. I like the Blue Jays broadcast.
You're absolutely right too. And that's the beautiful thing about baseball is it being regionally based. It matters that you have a feel for the area. And it doesn't necessarily matter that you come from the area, but do you represent the area well? Do you understand it? Have you embraced it? Has that area embraced you? Can you convey that message?
How could I have left this one off?
Who?
The Brewers.
Well,
I mean, Uke's doing the radio.
About? What's that?
Uke's doing the radio, but that still counts to me. You could put him on TV; it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. So there's but the idea that the idea that regional broadcasters have a relationship and such a deep-rooted tie with the fan base, that's the reason that's real is because, again, you're in an area, embracing an area, representing an area, and you're calling their favorite team. There's some family history here, right? They've been getting taken to ball games with their mom, dad, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, whatever, and now they're bringing their children to the ball game. And trust me, I'm experiencing it now, which is extremely fucking weird for me. But they're like, yeah, man, it's great. Like, I remember watching you as a player, and now and my dad bringing me the game, and now I'm bringing my son to the ball game, and we get to see you as an announcer, and I'm telling them story, and I'm just like, holy shit, I am old fucking gray balls right now. But you get a sense for why that strong relationship is what it is.
Yeah. You're getting fucking old, dude.
Viejo.
Yeah. I love how the new function on it's not really a new function, but you can choose the video feed on MLB TV. By the way, rest of the season, I should have mentioned this earlier. This was like an announcement that happened like a few weeks ago. MLB TV for the rest of the season, free for college students. That's not even a paid ad. I'm just trying to do you guys a solid. Yeah, if you're a college student, MLB TV is free for the rest of the season. But one of the features I'm talking about here is that if you use it on your laptop, you can pick the video feed, and then you can also switch the audio feed. So if I want to, I can watch the Brewers and have Bob Uecker as my announcer, broadcaster.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
love
you
that.
can listen, you can listen to the radio while watching the game, basically.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's worth every penny to be able to watch the Brewers while Bob Uecker is calling.
And I think a lot of people and a lot of old school people, no doubt, would love that.
Yeah.
And do that. I mean, I can't tell you how many folks at the A's games I see in the stands with the old headsets, listening to the game at the game.
I did that up until so WEEI used to be on AM. It was 8:50 AM, and my whole childhood, I'd go to the game with my dad, and we would like both like listen to the game with our earphones, and when it was on AM, it was literally to the second, like crack of the bat, linked up in real life with the crack of the bat. But then they switched to 93.7 FM. And there was a delay, and I was like, well, there's no point anymore. But
Boo!
yeah, they ruined it. It was those were the fucking days when you could go to now I feel old, but like back in my day when the baseball broadcast was on AM, you could listen to the game being at the game, and the broadcast in your ears would line up with the game in front of your face. Like that was fucking awesome. But yeah, can't do that anymore. But yeah, I think if you were to include it that way, the Indians have a great radio broadcast.
Yeah, I haven't taken in many Indian radio broadcasts. That's
I mean, I only know this. I only know this because of like home run calls. Like whenever they do like quick pitch, anytime that they do baseball highlights on MLB Network, it's like, all right, we'll show you highlights throughout the game. And like, let's say like the Mariners are playing the Cardinals, they will take TV and radio broadcasts from both teams throughout the highlight, which I enjoy that.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. Get some shine for the voices.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, it's radio broadcasters are broadcasters too, Dallas.
Absolutely. They bleed blood, their own blood.
They do bleed blood. They do bleed blood, but there's how much would you
would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much would you enjoy listening to like an all-star broadcast? Let's just say it's like Vin Scully, Bob Uecker, like the all-time greats, like Joe Buck's dad. If you were to do all that, would you?
Oh shit. Sorry. This umpire just got fucking smoked right in the leg. Giancarlo Stanton guaranteed hit this ball 112 miles an hour off the fucking shin. Oh, buddy, that hurt. Oh, it was 120.3 miles an hour.
He ate it.
Oh, my God.
He no-sold it, though.
Oh. Instant grab. Fair, fuck, I can't feel my leg.
He no-sold it. He didn't even rub it.
Oh, man. Well, there's no rubbing it, kid. He can't feel it. I mean, he grabbed for it to make sure that his leg was still attached.
He did like 2 to 3 hobbles, and then he made the call, didn't wince, nothing. I don't know who that umpire is. Let me see what his fucking name is. That is
that looks like Jordan
that is Lance Barrett.
Oh. What?
Yep. That is Lance Barrett, and he just ate that 120 grounder off the shin.
Oh, my. Yeah. And that's coming off like wet grass, that's a rocket. I mean, Jared, he thought his fucking right foot was in right field. He thought he stepped on a landmine. I don't know what that's like. It looks extremely painful. I can imagine.
Good for Lance Barrett. You got to give credit where credit's due. Umpires. By the way, did you see the clip of Angel Hernandez? It made me like him a little bit.
What, signing a ball?
Yeah.
No, you know what that made me think?
What?
Angel knows.
What?
He knows.
He knows what?
He knows. He knows what he's doing. He knows what kind of because I can't call him a cult hero. Mm-hmm. He's a cult enigma almost.
He's a cult figure.
Cult figure, sure. Maybe that's the word.
He knows that he is a prominent figure within our game. That doesn't make him a fan favorite by any means, but he knows that he's a guy. If Major League Baseball were a reality TV show, he's a member of the cast for sure.
Angel Hernandez knows that when 14U teams are getting dicked over in 8 o'clock in the morning games with a drunk umpire back there, they're telling everybody back home that they got Angel Hernandez. Mm-hmm. And that's not that Angel. I'm not saying Angel's a drunk. I'm saying that when you get screwed over by an umpire, that's what they're telling. Like, what happened?
Yeah, when an umpire does a bad job, the first name that comes up is his.
Yeah. What happened? We got fucking angeled.
Either him or Joe West, which I think is unfair. I think Country Joe does the best that he can.
Old Cowboy Joe. Yeah. I'll never forget Rajai Davis sliding into home plate, taking out Joe West, and Joe West like leaning on him, falling on him, and like needing Rajai's help to get off of Rajai. Mm-hmm. Like, Rajai, can you turn over and bench press me off of you, please? I can't get up.
I can't remember which game it was. There was a game at Fenway where someone was stealing second. The throw was terrible, and they just fired it right into his gut and just prevented the runner from taking third because it's like, oh, well,
it shot it out.
Yeah. Joe West. That's like, I wish umpires were allowed to do more stuff. Like, I don't think it's that they're not allowed, but they're just not going to do media, right? Like if we tried to get Angel Hernandez or Wolfie, or they're not going to do it.
So yeah, we can, but like, trust me, Jared, I've been massaging this because they're accessible, and I have access. Oh yeah, but it's like, I'll just say that I've been massaging this for quite a while.
With whom? Can you say?
Oh yeah, well with multiple guys. Okay. But there's some just like in the game, just like with players.
Yeah.
When you're active.
Yeah, there's stories that you can't tell. Yeah, well, I want to get Joe West or Wolfie or Angel, or I'm trying to think of like who. Like, I think Jim Joyce would be perfect. Like, he's retired, he's still got it. If we got Jim, I mean, obviously he's umpired some legendary games, and he's been at some pretty big controversy. I wouldn't want to make the whole thing about Galarraga, but
no, that's something. Honestly, for me, that would be something we touch on to get to how baseball embraces the relationship player, umpire, manager, like that whole dynamic, because the very next day was something that people needed to see and needed to know about Jim Joyce and what kind of character that man has. And so, yeah, that's something you touch on, because that's something like he would honestly, like, just having an idea of who he is, not knowing him on that level, he would look at you and be like, so we did this whole sit down and you didn't, not once you didn't ask about, are you a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
You doing your job? What are you doing?
Yeah. Those would be the guys, though. Jim Joyce, Joe West, Angel Hernandez. They've got stories. And I totally agree that most of them cannot be told while they're active. Like, I want to know, like, who's going out for a beer after games and shit like that.
Well, and it's like umpires, that are older and longer tenured, that have younger guys on their crew, they might not be fans of that kind of publicity. Because there's still some guys that are like, hey, if nobody knows my name, I like that. Mm-hmm. That means a couple things. I've done my job, and I'm not fucking up to the point where people are thinking I'm making it about me.
Yeah, that is a big thing with them, is that, some of them do want to make it about them, but a lot of them don't.
Sure, but what I found is the ones who are willing to make it about them, to an extent, will also accept the criticism. They'll allow the back and forth because they get it, they understand, they've been human enough to acknowledge their mistakes. And I don't want to say in real time, but like even during a game, like a call doesn't get made early on, and later in that ball game, maybe when your work is done, you're tipping your cap on the way off the field, and you just get like a chest pat or a like, hey, and that's letting you know, like, or you'll talk to them. You're coming out of the ball game, you're sitting there at the end of the dugout, they're off to the side filling out their score sheet, keeping track of the changes, and you'll get hey, you going to take a look at those two? You remember back in the second there? Yeah, no, I'll take a look. We'll talk tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. And maybe you do. You have that conversation. Like, those are the guys who are going to be awesome. Mm-hmm. Awesome to talk with.
Yeah. You know how we could probably loosen them up for the conversation if we ever do have it with them?
You probably get stoned, maybe shit-faced, take a couple shots. What do you think?
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Or
with a dugout mug.
We could put it in the dugout mug. We could
definitely put it in the dugout mug. Because
shot glasses.
Whole thing about dugout mugs. They make baseball bat beer mugs. Yep. They've got bottle openers, wine glasses.
Tell them about the shot glass.
What?
Tell them about the shot glass.
Well, they're giving it away. They're giving away their MLB knob shot glasses.
Boom.
Those hold 1 ounce of your favorite liquor and the handle of a baseball bat, which is really fucking cool. If you got the YouTube, by the way, check out Starting 9 on YouTube. But this is it right here. It's literally just a baseball bat knob, but it's a shot glass.
Yeah,
it's dope. And then this is what the bottle opener looks like. That's also a bat knob. It's a little bit longer. This is what the wine glass looks like. Pretty fucking cool. It's like what are those things called that you?
That's a mallet. It's
called break in the glove with
a mallet.
Yeah, you got one of these guys. Wine
glass.
glass.
And hey, for you fellas that are listening, all right, if your knob isn't as long as some, don't worry. It's about how you use it.
Mm-hmm. And this is the mug right here. Bam. Dugout mugs. I have the whole set, so I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that's gonna be like, hey, go out and get the whole set. But I mean, the whole set is pretty fucking cool.
Well, no, that's what. Why would you not? For me,
anytime that you have a guest over, like if anyone comes over here, I feel like they're just kind of expecting that. Like, hey, you need a drink? Okay, what are you drinking? Oh, you want some wine? All right, cool. Here, you ever have wine out of a fucking baseball bat before? Because you're about to.
You're getting it in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you not get a set for like as a gift item? Like, okay, hey, one shot glass. Like, oh, cool, shot glass, whatever. Like, give them the whole fucking thing. I mean,
it's never too early to start thinking about the holidays.
Yeah, like especially look. Again, not a political podcast by any stretch, but who the hell knows what's going on with the COVID jazz, what your area is going to lock you down from doing. You get on the internet, start ordering shit now. It's going to be to you in plenty of time. You're not going to have to wrestle anybody in line because you're doing it online. Get it?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty easy. But if you don't want to pay full price for the shot glass, you don't have to. They usually sell for about $29, but right now you can get one delivered to your door for $8.95. All you got to do is go to dugoutmugs.com/starting9, and no one likes doing shots alone. So grab a couple for you and your friends because they will sell out. They will sell out, and they have before.
They go.
Dugout Mugs has been working with us for a while, and I know that whenever we've done swipe up videos and we've had the chance to show them off visually, they'll usually sell out. So don't wait for them to have to make more of these things. Get them now. Use the promo code STARTING9. You get 30% off. 30. That's one of the best deals that we got. Use the promo code STARTING9. Get 30% off MLB team, dugout mugs, wine glasses, bottle openers at dugoutmugs.com. Yeah, they do all like the personalized. Like all of mine have the Red Sox logo on it. You can get your logo on it as well. Roberto Clemente Day. I see it more and more. We're picking up steam here. Players that want the number 21 retired throughout Major League Baseball. I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer. And it's not like one of those things where I'm trying to think. There's no example of this. But if you were to if teams were to retire Kobe's number like right after he died, it's like a knee jerk like, "Oh, we need to honor Kobe. He was great." This is not like that. This would be, "Hey, let's honor a guy that made an impact both on and off the field, and as a man who was a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest right fielders of all time with 3,000 hits, that resume, you could still make the case that he made a greater impact off the field than on the field with that Hall of Fame resume. And he was a beacon of hope for people of his home country. So, yeah, I would say that he is a candidate to have his number retired throughout Major League Baseball.
Transcendent impact is what you have to consider when you start thinking about paying homage to greats. You think about the transcendent impact. And that means whether you're a baseball fan or a soccer fan or a fan repairman, you understand the impact of this individual. You know who this person is. And to your point about Beacon of Hope, we're talking about the first Latin American ever inducted into the Hall of Fame. Individuals who are paving the way for other individuals who aren't like you or I. That matters. And I've seen people bring up the argument, well, where does it stop? You know what? If there was a Japanese-born player who had the impact or would make the impact that they feel had paved the way for other individuals to come over and be able to play, and absolutely, let's have that conversation. Absolutely. Just because it was one person at Jackie and you're like, oh, okay, that's good enough. What? No, do we understand the impact that Jackie Robinson had on the game and had on the world? Yeah, we do. That's why there's no problem with that. And when you think about what you want in your athletes, what you want in your role models as a parent, and I can tell you this, as a player, there's a lot of players who don't like the idea that they are now role models, whether they like it or not. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guys who are like, yo, don't do what I do. I'm here doing me, and that might not be what you want Timmy, Tammy, and Tommy growing up doing. And you know what? As a parent, that's your job to steer them away from that. It's not my job to live this holier-than-thou life. Whatever. Side note, right? But what Roberto Clemente was all about is everything you would want your children to be about, regardless if they ever set foot on an athletic playing field of any sorts whatsoever. New Year's Eve, this man perished. New Year's Eve. Just think back to what you've done over the last 5 New Year's Eves. All right? Probably one or two things. You've either been raging your face off, shout out to you, congrats on the sex, or you've been sitting at home going, this fucking sucks, man. Fucking nothing to do.
That's
fucking
me.
boring. Fucking girl. Fucking call me back. Fucking ghosted me. Fucking bitch. You've been. The bottom line, the take-home message: you've been bitching about yourself. You've been balls deep in you. Either way, this man was balls deep in saving and helping repair a nation of people, and he perished because he was putting way too much shit on the airplane. Right? He was like, load this thing up. Everything we can, load this thing. Give it all we got. And that's what he did. On the field, off the field. Gave it all he had until it literally killed him. And it's not like, I mean, I'm getting a little dramatic there, but he lost his life trying to help other people, man.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone else that's in the conversation for a league-wide jersey number retirement? I feel like Clemente is kind of in a league of his own.
Yeah, I no.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of it. Like, unless it was Babe Ruth, but you can't honor a murderer like that.
That's enough of that. That's quite enough of that.
That's exactly what those were his last words to his wife before he killed her.
The point, she passed away peacefully.
Definitely was not peaceful. She probably was screaming at the time.
What Roberto Clemente and Jackie Robinson represent is something in society that, like straight up, Jared, like this game has been built for white people. Like, you're just not. We're not going to permanently christen like a Caucasian because he was really good. Like, that's the difference. That's the human side of this, of understanding this. Is there's people who've had to fight so hard and so long just to feel like they've been equal in a world where they shouldn't have had to fight like that. And the game is something that they felt gave them an opportunity to get one step closer to feeling like a full human being. Imagine processing that, dude. That's what?
It's a lot.
That's so heavy, so heavy.
It's a lot.
So when you've got guys that you can honor forever and tell the story of forever, that everybody benefits from hearing, I don't understand why you wouldn't do that. Like every day, or every year on this day, you'd be able to tell the story of Roberto Clemente. Instead of just a nice graphic on a national broadcast and some mentions of it throughout the day on the TV networks. Like, why hasn't this been done?
Soon, Dallas. Soon it will happen. Just like soon, Robbie Ray will overtake Garrett Cole for the American League Cy Young Award. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Ooh.
When's Garrett Cole going to start again?
What if he never does?
Well, then that's Wago, baby.
Yeah. Open and shut case, Johnson. You've got a situation on your hands where Garrett Cole, Robbie Ray, wins above replacement does not. I was gonna say wins above replacement does not love Robbie Ray, but that's definitely not. That's definitely not what I'm looking at. Robbie Ray is now about 10 innings, more than 10 innings ahead of Garrett Cole. He's got 2 more starts. The K9. Close enough, 11.83 to 12.32 in favor of Garrett Cole.
Oh yeah.
The ERA 2.64 compared to 2.75 in favor of Robbie Ray. The FIP 3.37 compared to 2.63 in favor of Garrett Cole. But I guess when you cheat.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm just saying he cheated. He did. It'll be interesting. It could come down. It could come down to the fact that Robbie Ray made 3 or 4 more starts by the time this thing's over. Garrett Cole don't get back in here.
You know what's interesting is I want to know how quickly it gets glossed over in voters' minds the way you just quickly glossed over it.
What, that he cheated?
Yeah, or is that something like because seriously,
these are the same people that fucking won't put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. If the same folks who were skewering the steroid users like that's why everybody's overreaction to this shit is just like, hey, come on, pump the brakes. Yes, there's a difference, okay, but like talking about trying to get rid of people.
There is a difference, and if you listen to the people that are well versed in it, they'll tell you that this is worse than steroids. It's more effective than steroids.
What? Which is, yep. Which is why. Yes. Yeah. So, but yeah, there's no action taken as far as baseball goes, so I'm not worried about that. I just, it's an interesting point. Because it feels like the people who aren't putting Barry and Roger and so on in the Hall of Fame are people that are really high up on that high horse of theirs. Mm-hmm. And you'd have to keep the same energy here, and it doesn't feel like they want to, and it wouldn't benefit them to. And so it's like, no, we're not gonna beat that same drum. We're not gonna.
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting because he essentially admitted to it. Like, he told you that he was using spider tack. Mm-hmm. And I think we've seen some progression with the Hall of Fame voting for guys like Barry and Clemens and whoever else. I think Pudge is already in. Piazza, guys like that. So there's some forward progression in terms of voting for guys based on their numbers instead of their performance enhancers. But depending on how well versed you are in it, if you're listening to those who are well educated about it, them telling you that it makes a greater impact on your performance using spider tack than steroids, yet we treat the steroid users like the ultimate sinners wearing the scarlet letter within the baseball world, and the sticky stuff we're just willing to be like, yeah, it happened, and we're gonna move on.
Well,
and I have no problem voting for this guy because he had a great season. It's like, well, yeah, but he cheated for half of it.
And so does the same cloud of suspicion start to form over the entirety of an individual's career the same way it does over a steroid user's entire career? Because the argument then goes to, well, how much of this has been legit?
Yeah.
How much of this has been real?
The weird, I guess, I understand the perspective and why it is the way that it is. Because on one hand, spider tack helps a pitcher more than steroids would help a pitcher or a hitter.
False. Well, I don't want to say false. I'll say those do not equate. Those do not equate.
Well, one we're talking about, they don't do the same thing. So it's like one is for recovery and the other is which is very valuable when you're a pitcher.
And that's why you can't
for nasty shit.
Right. And so it's
a debate. There's no like fact. You can't make a fact-based statement about that, but you can have the debate over which is, it might be preference as well. Which is more valuable to you? If I told you, Dallas Braden, I could give you an injection that'll make you recover quickly or quicker than you are used to, and you can get back out there and be a horse for your team, or I can give you this magic substance that makes your shit dance and your velocity is going to jump and your ball is going to look like your fastball is going to look like it's rising and your slider is going to be even more of a wipeout slider than you've ever dreamed it could be. Like, which one of those are you taking if you can only take one?
Well, those things that you just outlined are only true if you, one, know how to manipulate them. That's the thing. That's what people also need to understand is you can't just hand any pitcher spider tack and go, all right, go pitch.
Go.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It can't happen.
Correct.
That's what like the guys who don't understand scuff baseballs and how that works, like
White
it's kind
Sox
of the
Dave.
Same thing.
You can't just give someone spider tack.
Can't happen. No, you'll fuck them up, and they'll admit that. They'll tell you like, no, I can't. I I can't do that because I don't know how it's going to feel coming out. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell you that if you're going to ask me to choose between being extra nasty today maybe or being able to go out and be close to 100% every time I take the ball for 33 starts, I want that. I want that because I'm already here. My shit is already getting out.
Would you be saying that still if your career didn't end from injuries? Let's say your career ended because
Jared, the especially the way things have gone now, the way the game has transitioned. Because if you're I'm going to have to preface this because we're talking about this, but Adam Wainwright, at however old that sumbitch is right now, 900 and whatever, having an amazing year, an incredible year. What if you were to give a guy like Adam Wainwright, who's had the feel, the pitchability, the dominance early on in his career, and now still getting it done? What if you gave him the ability right now to feel like he was 28, 30? He would love that. He would love that. Because not only does he feel like he's 28 or 30, he feels that way in September, Jared. And, buddy, there is no replacing feeling like you just walked off a cloud 9 in September. That's what everybody's after. Everybody. So yeah, like
it is a catch-22 though, because if you are choosing the PED route, you run the risk of, well, my body's going to break down at a more rapid pace anyway.
Also a misconception. Because the difference between use and abuse is just that. Using it properly, allowing your body to metabolize it properly, and then abusing it to the point where your body can't metabolize it, your organs start to fail and suffer, and now you have joint issues.
Yeah, it's mostly the guys that would take it and
abuse it.
Well, not necessarily abuse it, but you kind of you have that your paths cross with the placebo effect, where it's like, well, I'm on steroids, so now I can fucking lift twice as heavy, and then you start tearing your own tendons because you think that you're Superman because you're taking something that's supposed to and does make you stronger and does make you recover faster. But I've seen that a million times.
Well, this is
dudes
what happens.
that are like, I'm going to start a steroid cycle, and then you just start lifting way heavier than you should. You just fucking tear every fiber in your body.
Well, it's because it's not strengthening the ligaments and tendons. It's
Correct.
strengthening
That
the
is what it
muscles.
is.
And what it is doing now, it's increasing an unusual load for those tendons and ligaments to be able to carry and sustain and maintain. Right? So that's why, like, if you're using anything like that irresponsibly, you can go ahead and just check that abuse box. That's what that means, is you're using it irresponsibly, you're not using it correctly. And, like, here's the other thing. With the spider tack, the reason why I think it's going to be something that, like, voters or whatever are like, oh, I'm cool, whatever, I can move on, because there's, in real time, been a test implemented that is giving folks enough peace of mind that this is being paid attention to, right? Steroid use and certain metabolites of the sort can actually be taken and then flushed and gone out of your system in a matter of hours, which will allow you the benefit of the performance-enhancing drug and also allow you to dodge a post-game test. So what if in the fifth inning, they were like, yo, you, come on over here. I'm going to need to take a vial of blood. I'm going to need to whatever. Like, if there was a test implemented in real time where guys would be like, well, fuck, there's no getting around it.
If they could do it the same way that they took your temperature before you enter a place during COVID, it's like they could take your temperature with your forehead to determine if you're on PEDs, then that would change a lot of things. I also think that there's an element of, if you're going to take steroids, you're going to have to get those illegally through a doctor that's writing you like a prescription that you shouldn't be getting. You're going to get them on the dark web. You're going to get them from a sketchy guy named Carl in a parking lot outside the back of a Denny's. That's how you're getting that, and you can get spider tack on Amazon. I think that there is something to that where it's like it feels dirtier, it feels more wrong to do steroids than it is to use spider tack.
Yeah, well, the guys that are doing it are 5, 6, 10 degrees removed from like point of purchase and blah, 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 blah. And that's what we found out, right? As this stuff goes on, like there's just too close of a direct link between the actual individual and the folks who could very well put that individual or compromise that individual situation. Like if you're not paying the people are going to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we've found out that has happened, right?
Yeah. Red Sox took 2 out of 3 in Seattle. So where we are right now, it's Thursday night. The Yankees are beating the Orioles 2-1. It's a damn monsoon, but I don't give a fuck. The Yankees benefited from that last night. Now playing it tonight. Let the Orioles have their chance to beat you. Right now it's a virtual tie. Percentage points. It's the Blue Jays and the Yankees in the wild card, and then the Red Sox would be the odd team out based on percentage points, but it really doesn't matter at this point because the Yankees are going to have a win or a loss at the end of the evening. But they're all 8 games back of Tampa. It is that 3-team race in the American League wild card with the Oakland A's 3 games back of Boston. The Mariners a game back of the A's, and that's it. How you feeling, Dallas? How you feeling about your Oakland A's being 3 out entering play this weekend? Who do the A's got this weekend?
The A's are now headed to Anaheim.
Ooh.
Which they are 12-4 against on the season. So this is the last 3 game set against the Angels, a team that, as I just mentioned, they've had decent success against. The bullpen has not been so great as of recently for the Oakland A's.
No.
Kind of hasn't been a strong point. The offense, however, has just started face fucking the baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Josh Harrison raking right now.
So Harrison said that Matt Olson is a top 3 first baseman in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it like it was a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take.
No, it's not a hot take. He said it that way because like it's almost like people are afraid or will argue that a West Coast team outside of Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani could have like the best anything. Like, oh, Mookie Betts, yeah, whatever. Well, there's guys over here that are as good. It's not sexy for like one of the best players to be on the Oakland A's.
Mm.
But it's real. It's very, very real.
I don't feel that way. And I think we're getting away from that. I think we're getting away from fans not acknowledging good players on the West Coast, good players on small market teams.
Think about people knocking Shohei Ohtani because the Angels suck.
Mm.
Like those people exist. They breathe air that other people could be breathing. Like they're going to fight that because of the team. What?
Mm.
You sound like an absolute ass clown. Like there's no way you can watch Matt Olson do what he does and watch any other baseball and think that there's multiple people that are better than him at what he does, offensively, defensively.
Not that like Vladdy's defense is anything to write home about, but he's gonna be in the conversation. But I mean, it's Vladdy, Muncy, Freddie Freeman, Matt Olson. That's the conversation. Like whatever order you want to put them in, I think the conversation obviously starts with Vladdy. But after that, like Muncy, Matty-O, Freddie Freeman.
Well, who you taking defensively out of all those dudes?
Oh, I mean, it's no question you're taking Matt Olson. That's not even like an opinion. I think everyone would take Matt Olson number one defensively.
I would.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
I would. So from there, it's, and I've always been this way. Like, I don't get enamored with the insane, ridiculous offensive output. Like, I am a fan of balance. I appreciate a full and complete ball player. And when I say full and complete, if 5 is median, okay, is Vladdy's offense a 9.5, but his defense a 4.5? If so, I'd give you a 1.5 of offense to raise his defense a 1.5 to make him just slightly above average and give me still a killer at bat every time. Be the power threat he's going to be. So maybe he's not going to be a perennial triple crown threat. But you're telling me he's not a liability defensively? And I'm not saying Vlad's a liability defensively. I'm just saying raising the completeness of a ball player, I like that.
Not a hot take. Not a hot take. But we already talked about Salvador Perez. Let's talk about Tiza. Because I know that you were you had one in the other day. You were driving around. But if you want more focus and energy to perform your best on the diamond, you need Tiza Performance Energy pouches packed with powerful herbs and vitamins. Tiza nutrient pouches provide oral stimulation with penetrating flavor. They have 7 delicious flavors and 14 product options, including pouches with and without caffeine. Drinking with a Tiza in your mouth is even better, as it takes the flavor and overall product experience to another level. What do you usually drink?
The teas and teenies?
Yeah.
Is that
what's
what
that
you're
all
talking
about? Yeah, what's that all about?
Get your little teas and teeny. Well, it's a little martini, all right? If you like a little dry cocktail, but you got to go mango hob Tiza pouch. Teas and teeny, a little spice. So, bing! Because I'm a guy who likes a little spice in my life, Jared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
I don't mind a fiery hoop. Holla.
Tiza highlights include no tobacco, no nicotine, no calories, no spitting, no mess, fresh breath, and cuts cravings for snacks, oral tobacco, cigarettes, sodas, mints, and gum. New customers, you guys can use the promo code BARSTOOL30 to get 30% off your first purchase at TizaEnergy.com. That is TeaZa Energy.com. Again, promo code BARSTOOL30 for 30% off your first purchase at TizaEnergy.com. All right. Forgot to tease this earlier, but the Colorado Rockies. Mount Rushmore.
Side note, if an organization had a Mount Rushmore displayed in their stadium, I believe the Colorado Rockies would have the best one.
I love that ballpark.
It's sexy. It is sexy. Is there... I feel like a lot of the teams we do, it's almost like, all right, 2 given, and then from there, let's have a conversation. And sometimes it's even 3 given, let's have a conversation. Do you feel that same way about the Colorado Rockies, Mount Rushmore?
In my honest opinion, I would be stunned if we didn't have the same 4. Yeah.
I feel like you might have. Well, I mean, I can guarantee that there's only 5 that we choose from.
So I think.
Are you like you're not? I don't know. You're not. You haven't been swooned already, have you?
Well,
yes, you have. Are you fucking serious? Come on. Come the fuck on.
Here's where I think we might deviate, because I think this is the first team that I went 0 pitchers. I feel like
Well,
every
then,
Mount
buddy,
Rushmore has been at
buddy.
least one pitcher.
Newsflash: the Colorado Rockies will never, ever, ever, ever in the history of any Rushmore everdom
I'm with you.
have a
that's
pitcher
how I
on their
feel,
fucking
but
mountain.
I
Ain't
felt
happening.
like you, being a biased fuck that you are for pitchers, you were going to be like, all
throw
right,
you-
hear me out. So Ubaldo Jimenez,
Ubaldo bone.
he threw a no-hitter. It's very impactful. It's cute. It's not a perfect game. It's cute.
I'd be quicker to put Nomo on the fucking Rockies Mount Rushmore for no hitting them
Than Ubaldo.
than I would Ubaldo.
I think this one's pretty cut and dry. I don't know that we will have any. Ooh, Mike Trout just tweeted Anaheim.
What?
You know how he does that when he flies to different. He's not getting activated, right? There's no. Why'd you fucking activate him now if he's
No,
missed
he's
this
just
much
on the
time?
road. They're leaving. That's a Trouty tweet.
Okay, I know that he does that when he travels. I just didn't know if that meant that he was going to play.
Yeah, he's traveling.
Yeah, I think we're going to have the exact same Mount Rushmore.
All right. So we don't need
The
to
Todd
talk.
father won.
Yeah, what I was going to say, we don't need to talk about Todd Helton. We don't need to talk
Nope.
about Larry Walker. I mean,
Larry Walker.
we should highlight some of their accomplishments. Obviously,
Sure, we can do that, no doubt. We can do that.
Todd Helton again, the feather in the cap.
17 fucking years with the same team.
That's a inner circle feather of the cap right there.
Not even just in for like the Rockies. That's for all time baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you spend your entire career with an organization, that's great. 10 plus years, that's even better. 15 plus, 20 plus, like it just gets better and better and better because that's
I mean, just being in the big leagues for 17 years.
Oh my God. Come on. Like that yeah, absolutely. That's the achievement in and of itself. But
Yeah.
to be as good as you are for that long. We're talking about a 5-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner, 4-time Silver Slugger. Guy won the fucking batting title in 2000, damn near hit 400. Hit 372. Career slash line, you interested in that? 316, 414 OBP, 539 slug piece. 369 career pumps. Todd Helton, absolutely. Colorado Rocky Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, that's why 2007, as a Red Sox fan, it was great, obviously. Watching your team win the World Series, awesome. Seeing Todd Helton get to the World Series as a Rocky, very, very, very cool. Having him catch the final out, I think he caught the final out when they won the NL pennant that year. Very cool image. Him like shaking the glove and screaming and fist pumping. Like that was cool. That was cool to see. It just so happened that they ran up against another, juggernaut Red Sox World Series team. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Nobody cares. Larry Walker. L-Dub. The Hofer.
Yeah,
10 of 17 with
another
the
guy
same
to lose
squad.
to the Red Sox in the World Series.
Fucking taste it. MVP. Guy got MVP votes in 5 other seasons in the year that he didn't win the MVP. He won the MVP in 97. Another 4-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time Silver Slugger, 334 career hitter with an OPS knocking on the door of 1,000. Larry Walker, very easily another face on the Colorado Rocky Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to throw Nolan on there too?
Do you go Nolan
You put him
third
in
or
order?
fourth? Is he third or fourth for you?
It's not quite a decade there, and who knows how long this sumbitch decides to play in St. Louis.
So I will give him.
Because he could be...
I don't deal with what if, but I will give him credit for the years that he intended to be there. He committed to being there, did he not? That's fair to say.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not putting him not being there on him. No.
Correct.
No.
He's not there. He will have played 8 seasons with the Rockies. And he should have played, fucking 16? 15 seasons with the Rockies if things worked out, if they actually kept their promises and built a contender around him. If they were capable of doing that, they would have had Nolan for a decade
Nolan
and a
Arenado
half.
plays 20 years in Colorado.
Would have been nice. Do you think he comes back at the end?
No.
Do you think he plays his final season of his career with the Rockies?
No.
He'll never come back.
Fuck no. No.
Unless they clean house up top.
No, unless a couple people that are on the pre and post game shows and some of those broadcasters become owners and bring him back because he likes them and they love him.
Yeah.
And they start making decisions for that team. No. Nope. Uh-uh.
Nope.
You ever watch Flipper when you were a kid? Ain't fucking happening. Ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at some of these numbers here. I mean, the on base, Larry Walker, the career on base leader in Rocky. Yeah, 426. Todd Helton, 414 for his career.
Yeah,
for his fucking career.
Every game.
Wins above replacement. You got Helton, Walker, Nolan number 3, but it's very close between him and the next guy, which would be Troy Tulowitzki. Wins above replacement all time with the Rockies. Nolan 40.1.
Too low.
Tulo 39.5. They were basically. I'm not gonna say they were basically the same guy, but
you just said you basically just said that. You just.
I basically just said that, but I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Nolan Arenado, the all-time defensive WAR leader. Tulo number 2. I mean, you just look around and like I think. You know, there's like the honorable mentions were never going to be.
You got no love for Vinny Castilla?
I was going to say like.
What about Chucky
Andre
Black?
Scalaraga,
You got no love for Chucky Black?
Ellis
Charlie
Burks, Charlie Blackman.
So let me get this straight.
DJ
You're just pissing all over Charlie Blackman's tenure as a Colorado Rocky. His entire 11-year career with the Colorado Rockies, you're telling me right now, doesn't stack up to a single turd pile of shit. That's just what you said right now.
That's not what I said. I mean, I'll ask you right back. Would you put Chuck Nasty in over Tulo? Would you put him in over Nolan? Because I'll tell him right now. How you fucking feel. He'll respond.
I don't know if he. Yeah, if there's only 2 people allowed on the ride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to probably ask Charlie Blackman to go get a couple hot dogs and sodas and meet us back.
Right. So you've got Charlie Blackman being one of the most insignificant players in Rockies history. That's what you just said?
No, I said Charlie Blackman's getting dogs and sodas, Jared. That's what I said.
Okay. All right. So I figured I didn't know if you were going to go off the reservation there.
Well, that's where I thought you were going to drop I didn't want you just getting crazy and dropping a Trevor Story on me.
No.
Okay.
No, you can't. Those are the 4. I just thought you were going to try and do some fucking Neo Matrix bullshit to get a pitcher up there.
No,
that's where I thought you were going with.
Like, what do I do? Like
Aaron Cook?
Well, no, I was going to say Jeff Francis, just a tip of the cap to the Canadian southpaw, Jeff Francis.
Julius Chassin.
It's Ulysse Chassin. What about Herman Marquez? Don't sleep on Herman Marquez's tenure as a Colorado Rocky.
Stop.
Huh?
Stop.
You want to talk about it?
Jorge De La Rosa.
I mean, why not? Why not old Herman?
I mean, no. I like him. I've talked to him before.
Who?
John Gray. I've talked to Herman Marquez before.
Oh.
Good guy.
Yeah, John Gray.
Pedro Estacio.
You know what? Hold on. Let me Just a minute. Oh, shit. God bless it. Son of a...
They've got... Did the Baltimore Orioles have the largest grounds crew of all time? There's 40 people. There's 40 people working on the field right now.
Sometimes you just gotta get it in. You need all hands on deck.
I've never seen that many people working on a field at one single time before.
Yeah. How about them getting kicked out, or not kicked out, but asked to leave? Do you see
What's
that?
the fucking difference? They got ejected for getting him. Well, here's what I said, because we talked about this. They kicked out the Orioles grounds crew members because they were kneeling behind the canvas, getting ready to take action if called upon. And I said, Anthony Rizzo's made that play before. Anthony Rizzo has quite literally run over to the tarp, jumped up on it, and made a catch.
Yep.
He's made that play.
Yep.
So I don't think it was an overreaction by that umpire. I think it was...
Let me ask you this, though. Are you telling me right now, based on Anthony Rizzo making that play, that any one of those gentlemen would have been in the way of Anthony Rizzo making that play? If they are on the other side of the tarp?
Yeah. Because when Anthony Rizzo made that catch jumping up on top of the tarp, it wasn't raining. But it was raining here. So what if Rizzo jumps up on top of the tarp and then goes spikes first into somebody's throat that's kneeling behind the canvas?
Tell me how that prevents Anthony Rizzo from making the catch.
I think he was just it was less to do with preventing Rizzo making the catch and more to do with preventing a grounds crew member from getting spikes to the throat.
To which I would say horseshit. These are grown individuals that can take care of themselves.
I don't know about that.
And
I don't know.
There's a reason.
There's a reason why they're out there raking dirt and not scooping grounders at shortstop. The reaction time can't be that great.
They were doing their best job. They were being in the best position they could be in to be called upon.
Sure.
What more do you want from a grounds crew? I'm watching them right now, and they look like they're emptying a cat box at the zoo. There's more kitty litter than I've seen in my entire life now.
This scene right now looks like when they have like the families on the field after the game. It's like game's over. If you want to have your kids out there to run the bases, families can watch, can go on the field and do whatever they want. That's what this scene looks like right now, them working on the infield.
Yeah, it's madness. There is a ton of people out there. Got to get it in, though. Got to get it in.
Got to get it in.
It's an important ball game, extremely important ball game. All kind of implications for the Boston Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics. That's right. I said it.
You think the Oakland A's are in it?
As long as we continue, I said this on the broadcast today. As long as you continue to win the series, yes, you're still in it.
Okay.
You lose the series, you've almost made it impossible. And you can't say that you've made it impossible because all it takes at this point in time right now is a 3-game slide for one team and a little bit of a heater, a little bit, just a lukewarmer, if you will, just a warming drawer of a streak.
I don't need this. I don't need this right now.
That's it. Because let's see, Jared,
Dallas, you're talking to yourself. You're trying to sit there and convince your own damn self.
Oh no, this is what I believe. This is what I'm telling the fans.
I know you believe it. And that's why you're sick. You're sick.
You want to do everything you can right now to try to rip off that rear view mirror. Can't do it.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I've already accepted my fate. You know what I did, Dallas? I got on a ship where when they took your ticket, you have to sign a waiver, and on that waiver it says there's a 50-50 chance this thing is going to end up on the bottom of the ocean. Either you're going to hit land or you're going to hit the bottom of the ocean. Do you accept? And you know what I said?
What'd you say?
I'm the king of the world. That's what I said.
So that's kind of a non-answer.
No, I mean, I guess it wasn't a yes or a no. You're right. You're right. It wasn't a yes or a no, but it was more of a read between the lines answer.
Okay.
In the affirmative.
So there was definitely some awkward silence right after you.
I think he had to think about it. He had it took him a second before he got it, but he got it. Yeah. That's what he did. Yeah. I mean, if you work in the boating industry, you got to catch those references.
Yeah, you totally got it.
Yeah. You hear that shit all the time. The San Diego Padres have placed Blake Snell on the injured list, and they signed Vince Velasquez in a desperation move to hopefully stay in and maybe play the Dodgers or the Giants in a wild card game.
Oh, they are doing
desperate
everything they can. But I respect it. I respect the hell out of it. The NL wild card, as much as I concern myself with the American League wild card, I'm finding myself at night, kind of with the light off, under the covers, away from the line of sight from my wife. I'm looking at NL wild card pictures on the internet.
Are you?
I am. I really am. Because
what do you like about it? What gets you going about it?
Well, I like that I don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
Because
there are no teams right now, so all NL wild card action has ceased for the rest of the night. Unless you want to count the Phillies, which I don't. They're tied. They came all the way back. The Phillies were losing fucking...
Phillies are only 3 out. Phillies are only 3 games out of a wild card spot. You cannot count them out. I would draw the line at 4.
I'm not counting them out. I would
draw the line at 4.
There's a big-time log jam with the Padres in front there. So the Phillies were losing 7-0 in the third inning, and it's 7-7 because the Cubs scored 3 innings. The Cubs scored 7 runs in the third, and the Phillies scored 7 runs in the fourth.
Jesus.
So they're 7-7 right now in the top of the 6th.
That is some incredible baseball.
Yeah. So here's the wild card picture as it pertains to entering play Friday for the weekend series. You've got the Dodgers with an obvious stranglehold, 17 games up on the St. Louis Cardinals. That's fucking absurd. You have a 94-win team on September 16th that might have to play in a goddamn wild card game. They've won 6 straight. Still not enough to get in first place in the NL West.
Buddy,
the
Giants
fucking A's will not die.
What was that? Was that 0-2? The A's won 102, 103 ball games. Second place in the division.
Yeah.
The Mariners just pissing on everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tough. But the St. Louis Cardinals from the damn clouds, Dallas.
Oh, told you.
St. Louis Cardinals have won 5 straight ball games.
Told you.
I know a lot of Cardinal fans listen to this podcast. They're like, why don't you guys talk about the Cardinals? Like, well, because they haven't really been relevant until now or the last week or so.
And you know what? I want to say something. Because, goddammit, I picked this team to win the division. And while that's not going to happen, that absolutely means I believe they were more than capable of being here at this point in time. They should have been farther along, but that's not the case.
Well, I think if you had told us with how high you were on the Cardinals going into the season, if I told you that Jack Flaherty was going to miss as much time as he has missed,
right,
you would probably assume that they would be somewhere in the winning percentage that they are right now, or worse.
That's fair.
So it's a credit to them.
Yes, because you've needed guys to step up. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about that. You've needed. I
don't think anyone had fucking Waino being 39 years old and being a top 6-7 Cy Young Award guy this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just think about what you've gotten out of Adam Wainwright. Like,
yeah,
the stability in a rotation that you look for. You're not necessarily looking at it coming from a dude who is 37, 38 years old, whatever it is. What's he? He's got a sub-3 ERA, does he not? He's gonna hit the 200 inning mark.
He's got a 288, Dallas, and he's gonna hit 2.
He's
gonna be He's gonna hit 200 innings.
How many guys? I think off the top of my head, there's 4 guys in baseball that are going to hit the 200 inning mark. 4 or 5, maybe. And Father fucking Wainwright, Father Time Wainwright, is one of them.
So you've got right now Zach Wheeler is at 195.
Book
He'll
it,
get there.
200.
Waino is number 2 in baseball, 190 and a third.
200. Book it.
Sandy Alcantara,
Book it. How many?
188 and 2/3.
Ooh, he's got 3 starts left. Yeah, I'd say it.
Walker Buehler, 186.
Well, how many starts do those guys have? 4 starts left?
Roughly. I mean, there's probably like, let's call it 14 games left. So 2,
3 turns,
3, maybe 3.
So there's going to be 4 guys. Maybe.
Yeah, best case. Because the next is Robbie Ray, and he's at 177 and a third.
That's not happening.
No. So he'll be one of 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Long shot on 4.
And the oldest out of the lot by 5 years easy, right?
I don't know how Wheeler is. 32, so like 7 years.
Yeah, well, if Waino's 37 and Wheeler's 32.
Waino's 39.
Waino's 39, so yeah. Fucking Viejo. And shout out to Adam Wainwright and his wife and their charitable contribution. They just built a water purification system in Africa.
That's cool.
Very cool. But the
Where are
same
we
goes,
at on our home run race?
you know what? Without even looking,
You're getting smoked. You can't win.
Don't fucking tell me I can't win.
All right. Without looking what?
Am I within 4?
No.
Fuck.
I'm 6 up on you.
Ooh.
32-26 right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
I tried.
I've got you beat by.
I mean, let's be real here.
8 extra base hits.
Let's be real. You did not have it being this close. You thought Paul Goldschmidt was going to hit like 20.
No. I thought Goldie was going to be like 30, low 30s, and I thought Nolan would be 40, low 40s. I thought I was going to have you by 10-ish.
Hey, that still could happen.
It could.
But Paul Goldschmidt could also get really hot.
Nah.
Goldie could get really. You don't know. We don't know.
I mean, Goldie has a higher OPS than Nolan. 852 to 814.
How many doubles for each guy?
32 to 30.
32 to 30.
Yeah.
Goldie has 30?
No. Yeah. Yeah, because I told you I had you by 8 extra base hits.
Oh, there you go.
It's the on base. Nolan's not walking. Goldie's walking out.
Goldie will work a free pass, baby.
Yeah. On base percentage of 359 compared to Nolan's 311. So he's
And
not walking.
here's going to be my favorite stat. Yeah. By 10. By 10, at least by 10. More stolen bases than Nolan. Goldie's got at least 10 more stolen bases than Nolan.
He has exactly 10 more.
Let's go. What is it? 15 to 5?
12-2.
12-2.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Fucking love it. Goldie's a fucking deer.
He is. It's
Let's
a
go
difference
Cardinals.
maker.
Let's go Cardinals.
Yeah. How about a little shout out for Tyler O'Neill, though? Just out of the fucking clouds, this guy. He's out OPS'd both of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's also been
out
dropping
slugged
diesel.
both of them.
How many homers he got?
He's got 26.
Oh shit, same as Goldie, right?
Yep.
Boom.
But yeah, he's made the most of his plate appearances because he's got an on base of 350, and this is in 469 plate appearances.
Well, he's got some swing and miss in there.
He has struck out a lot. He has struck out 151 times.
Yeah.
Which leads the team. But his
Okay.
OPS,
So
876, that leads the team. He's got the highest OPS in the Cardinals.
How's
It goes Tyler O'Neill, Paul
How's Dylan
Goldschmidt.
Carlson doing?
744
Give me his
OPS.
slash.
257, 337, 407. So,
All right.
yeah, 744 OPS.
All right. 15 bombs? Has he got 15?
13.
13.
29 doubles, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll take that. We like
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Yeah, we like that.
All right. Yeah, I like the St. Louis Cardinals.
Are they getting in?
I want
What's
to
it
believe
taste like to you?
What's that?
What's it taste like to you right now? Does it taste like October when you lick that red bird?
Let's take a look at their remaining schedule. What's their schedule look like?
All right.
That's where
The St. Louis Cardinals finish their season. This weekend, they open up a 3-game set in St. Louis against the San Diego Padres. That'll be tough.
yeah.
Then,
No Blake Snell for the Padres.
correct. Then it gets even more difficult because they're going to fucking Milwaukee to play my Milwaukee Brewers, the first place Brewers, who I believe on the Barstool Sportsbook, I want to say they have the third best odds to win the World Series? Something like that. Something crazy like that. You get the Brewers for 3. No, correction. You get the Brewers for 4. Yikes. That is a Monday through Thursday 4-gamer. Then you go to Wrigley. How fucking long is this road trip? Fucking
Sounds like a 10-day piece.
Whew.
3-4-3.
You have the Cubs. No, because they're playing the Padres in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
They're playing the Padres in St. Louis. Then they go to Milwaukee for 4. Then they go to Wrigley for 4. Then they come back home, play the Brewers again for 3.
Ooh.
And then they finish the season with 3 against the Cubbies.
So they got
St. Louis.
so what do they got? 6 left against the they got 6 left against the Cubs. They got 6 left against the Crew.
They've got 7 against
left
the
against
Crew.
Mm.
That is a tough road.
I can handle a 3-4 if I get a 5-1.
Mm.
I can handle a 3-4 if I get a 5-1.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And if that's the
See what
case,
happens. So you got the Cardinals being in. You actually have the balls to actually say that.
yeah. In the wild card.
Yep.
Ooh, I mean, I like their chances.
So you're not just you really don't have the balls to say anything this podcast. You don't have the balls to just fucking straight up say, "Hey, Jared, that team that I picked at the beginning of the season to make an impact, I was riding the bandwagon of the St. Louis Cardinals. Today, September 16th, they are the sole second wild card place holder. They're in right now. Season ends today. The Cardinals are the second wild card going up against the Dodgers in LA. And you don't have the fucking balls to say that they'll hold it. I'm not even saying that they have to get there. They're already there. They just have to hold it. You don't have the fucking balls to say that the Cardinals will hold the second wild card when they're already fucking there.
I asked about the remaining schedule for a very important reason. I wanted to know how many more games they had left with the Milwaukee Brewers.
7.
And Jared, I again, what did I tell you about a streak? What did I tell you? There's an opportunity in that 7-game period for things to go wrong for the Cardinals. Like really wrong. And I would hate for that to happen. And if that did happen and they started to turn it around just after that, but timing would just so have it that they lost just enough ball games at just the right time, that would be devastating. And I think there could be potential for that. So
you don't.
So I want to see. I want to see how that first series pans out. You know what? Let's reconvene.
What?
I'll be able to give you a statement after this Padres series.
All right. So Monday's podcast that'll come out later on Monday night.
Monday's podcast, I will let you know definitively who will be that second wildcard team in the National League.
Okay. Don't fucking lie to me either. I want to know. I'm going to hold you to that. I want to know on Monday, episode 277, Dallas Braden is going to say, are the Cardinals in or are the Cardinals out?
Oh, no! Oh, shit! Let's go! Gary Sanchez just single-handedly flushed the hopes of a victory for the New York Yankees right down the drain in the ninth inning. Well, Gary had some help, I guess. All he had to do was knock it down. Just get in the way of it. Slow it down.
Let's see. Let's watch this back.
Just...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's a clank.
No.
Clank. That's a pass ball. That ball hit his glove with his knee still on the dirt. Damn.
That is tough.
They scored at a wild pitch. That's horseshit.
No, that's pass ball.
Oh, my. Please. 3-2, heater, tank. Oh, punchy. That sucks. Well, Monday we're going to talk about the Cardinals.
Gary Sanchez with the frame job of the century.
Gary, you should put Gary equals brick wall in Spanish. How do you say brick wall in Spanish, Gary?
Gary. Man. Well, we'll see. I mean, the Yankees still win this game. I don't want anyone listening to this podcast to be like, "Oh, you got all excited and blah, 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 blah." No, they're still going to win this game.
Why you say that? Don't say that.
Yeah, they are. The Astros put Michael Brantley on the injured list. What is that, a knee injury? He'll be fine. He'll be back for the playoffs. They can fucking, I mean, they've had that division wrapped up for months. Joe Madden says Mike Trout's unlikely to return in 2021. Don't care. The Angels aren't going anywhere. I mean, it's fucking mid-September. Who cares if he comes back or not at this point? Ryan Braun announced his retirement, though.
Right on.
Ryan Braun, I know, yeah, you probably don't like Ryan Braun.
No, I have no qualms with him. Like,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Ryan Braun, 2011 National League MVP, led the league in slug, OPS. The following year, led the league in homers with 41. That was kind of the beginning of the end, though. He did have a 30-homer season in 2016. In all, he walks away from baseball 352 tanks, a lifetime 296 hitter, over 14 big league seasons, career OPS of 891, drove in almost 1,200 runs, 408 doubles, some pretty high MVP finishes, 3rd, 11th, 15th, 1st, runner-up the next year. And, yeah, I mean, he took performance-enhancing drugs, allegedly. Brewers Hall of Famer.
Brewers Hall of Famer.
No question. Brewers Hall of Famer. Yeah. You really don't like Brian Braun, huh?
No, I don't know why you're saying that. I have no.
Because you're a little quiet.
No, I know him from the California Strong stuff we've done.
Yeah.
And I've done other stuff with them as well, like outside of you and I together. So I know. I know Bronny. Like I don't have an opinion one way or the other. Like, yeah, he retired. Like, it's not you want to celebrate him. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Brewers Hall of Fame.
Great player.
Honestly, I'd rather be in the Brewers Hall of Fame than the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I don't believe that.
Me personally, I'm not saying for you or for others, but if I played Major League Baseball, I would much rather be a Brewers Hall of Famer than a Baseball Hall of Famer. Anyone can get in the Baseball Hall of Fame. You got to be a
brewer.
Brewer to be.
You definitely got to be a brewer.
Mm-hmm. And there's no other organization I'd rather suit up for.
Wow. On the record.
Mm-hmm.
On the record.
Yeah. The great fans of Milwaukee.
I want nothing more than there to be a playoff game at Fenway. You somehow, some way, be allowed with some loophole to be on the roster. But it just can't happen. It can't happen. You've been on the record as saying there's only one organization.
There's only one organization I would strap it up for. That's my Milwaukee Brewers.
That's a statement.
Just wait till you see, like I'm telling you right now. I don't know if people listening right now know that we're coming to Milwaukee for the division series. We're coming to Milwaukee for the division series. We'll be there game 1. We'll tailgate. We'll do the whole fucking thing, and just wait until you see this fan base in action. Just wait until you see my people. You're going to be like, I wish I was a Brewers fan. You're going to say that. You're going to look at you might not say it publicly. You're not going to tweet it. You're not going to say it on the podcast. You're not going to say it where anyone else can hear it. It's going to be a moment of intimacy between you and I. You're going to look at me in the eyes. You're going to make sure that we're making eye contact. You're going to say, Jared, I don't want you to repeat this, but there's something that I want you to know. I wish I were a Brewers fan. I wish I was born in Milwaukee. I wish I grew up a Brewers fan. I wish I were a Brewers fan right now. That's what you're going to say.
I don't know that. Like your statement about the Milwaukee Brewers is right up there.
Which one? Which one?
No, there's no other. What I don't know. I don't even know what assholery just spilled out of your mouth. There's no other organization I'd rather strap it on for than my Milwaukee Brewers.
That's a fact.
That statement is right
Put
up
that
there.
on a fucking quote card.
Whoever
does
that's
our
what I'm
goddamn
turning this
quote
into
cards,
right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm turning
There's
this
no
into.
other organization. I'll repost it.
Jared.
I'll retweet it.
Jared, we're getting into potential tattoo territory here with this statement.
Yeah, if the Brewers win the World Series, I'm getting a Bernie Brewer tattoo. We've already said that.
Aside from the Bernie Brewer, I need that quote to be right. I need that quote to be a thought bubble above Bernie Brewer, wherever that fucking Bernie Brewer's going.
Fine.
I mean, that's right up there with Joe D thanking the good Lord for making him a Yankee.
Yeah.
You've got.
I want to
You've
thank
got
the good Lord for
JFK
making me a Milwaukee Brewer.
asking you not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. You've got
what you can do for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Joe D thanking the good Lord for making him a Yankee.
Yep.
And Jared Carrabis stating that there's only one club he would ever strap it on for, and that's his Milwaukee Brewers.
Correct.
Wow.
I think the people in Milwaukee already know that. Like, this isn't news.
I feel like I'm a part of an NFT. Like, that's a one of one proclamation. Like, that can't be said.
I can't wait for you to see this. I can't wait for you to see Milwaukee, especially in October. Holy shit.
Says the guy
You're going to, like,
who just started leaving Saugus 6 months ago.
I went to Milwaukee in 2019. I've already been there. They have the best water. They have the best water in any city I've ever traveled to.
It comes from the glaciers in Wisconsin.
There you go.
Do you know that?
They've got great water. Yeah, of course I fucking knew that. Did you know that? Just wait. Because, I mean, I know that you're a big ballpark atmosphere guy. Can you imagine how loud it's going to be? In Milwaukee, roof closed, stands packed, pyro blasting, dingers flying, punchies galore.
I'm going down that slide with no pants on.
Good, do it. Me casa su casa.
Hey, I'm the one who's got a key to it.
I got a metaphorical key to it. What would you rather have, a physical key or a metaphorical key?
Well,
It's more baller to have a metaphorical key.
okay, all right. Well, in my head, I have that same metaphorical key too.
Yeah. Fine.
It's gonna be a grand old time.
Yeah. NLDS game 1. Brewers, probably Braves. And I hate to kind of oppose the Braves. I mean, I love Braves fans.
No, you don't. We established that a while ago. That
I know. But Braves fans know. Braves fans know. I mean, yeah, like I'll support your team and I'll root for your guys and I'll tweet out the highlights and all that shit. But at the end of the day, if you cut my skin open, it bleeds Milwaukee Brewers baseball. It does.
Well, we're gonna find out because fans, just gonna let you in on a little secret here. We may or may not be cruising around the ballpark parking lot, pregame, tailgates. Just saying, should that be a thing, Atlanta Braves fans, I'm going to need some help.
You pussy.
What?
Come on, Braves fans. Come on and help me out because I don't want to be the only asshole wearing a Braves jersey in Milwaukee. I mean, come on out, Braves fans. I need all the protection I can get because I can't take the heat from Jared's Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, no.
It's going to be really bad. It's going to be really bad there, and I don't want to be by myself, so I'm going to need some Braves fans to be my friend.
Whose fucking voice is that?
That's you.
That's not.
That's not your external voice. That's the voice inside your head. That's what you sound like when you think.
I want to kick the shit out of that guy.
That's what you were saying inside your head.
You sound like the nerd on Simpsons. What's that dude's name? The comic
Melvin.
book guy. No, not the comic book guy.
Oh,
Not the actual comic book store owner. One of the nerds in there though. I don't know.
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Good story, Dallas. Yeah. Milwaukee fans.
What jersey are you gonna rock?
Get ready. I mean, I might wear a Sid Bream jersey.
Okay, I could see you wearing like a Tom Glavine jersey.
Well, so I legit was gonna go Tom Glavine, Crime Dog.
Pop quiz, Dallas. What number was Tom Glavine? What was
47.
his jersey number?
47.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were just talking about this on the broadcast yesterday. Like, there's just certain numbers that you see, and there's players that you think of. And it does have a lot to do with, like, your fandom, what team you've been a fan of, or what region you grow up in. And then we talked about, like, transcendent numbers and how even still those numbers might have a different, like, 44. Who do you think of when I say the number 44?
Hank Aaron.
Yes. And that was my response to that same question. Who do you think of when I say number 25?
Tony Canigliaro.
Point. See what I mean? Like, it's not Barry Bonds. It's not Mark McGuire, who I said number 25. And then when I say number 22, does that do anything for you at all?
22. I mean, that was Clemens after he left Boston.
So for me, Will Clark.
Yeah.
And so it's just cool how there's those numbers. Like, so if I drop this one on you, for me, this is transcendent. 35.
35.
Yeah, and again, it's not like just you know who it is right off the bat, but like when I look at it, I can't think of another player.
Who's 35 for you?
Frank Thomas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, 35 doesn't strike a chord with me.
So it's just I think it's cool how numbers can. What's that?
44 was like Gabe Kapler with the Red Sox, but then he switched to 19. He was two different numbers there.
Cap.
That's how I remembered like the amendments. It was like the 18th Amendment was the liquor one.
What? Can't booze it up? Quit slanging booze?
Yeah, what's that called?
What, Prohibition?
Yes. Because Johnny Damon looks like a homeless drunk guy, or he did back at the time because he was number 18. And then number 19, the 19th Amendment was women's suffrage. And I remembered that because Gabe Kapler was number 19, and the women loved Gabe Kapler.
That's a great way to associate things.
Yeah.
It is.
That's how I remembered some of the amendments. And I was like rattling off the amendments, and my like history teacher was like, "How the fuck do you like remember these?" And I like explained it, and he was like, "That makes a lot of sense, but like whatever works, I guess."
Yeah, association.
Prohibition was the 18th Amendment.
There you go.
And that's American history.
It's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Checking lots of boxes here on Starting Nine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Baseball jersey numbers and prohibition.
And the 18th and 19th Amendment specifically.
Yeah. All right. Well, unless you have some other thoughts, I'm gonna go watch the end of this definite Yankee victory.
Well, I don't know, because the Orioles, are they now coming to bat? I believe they are. Oh, yeah. Orioles are up, bud. This is happening.
You think so?
They start with a man on second. It's going down. You don't want to stay on for the victory?
You think that? I mean, if you really want to, I just know that there's no fucking chance that the Orioles win this game.
No, what? I mean, Gary Sanchez is back there catching, and it's raining.
I mean, Gary, you act like Gary's a defensive liability or something. He's not.
Just saying, this weather here with old Gare Bear back there.
How is that not a strike? Man. Damn.
Anything else happen in baseball?
His name is Richie Martin. You can't be Richie Martin when there's a Ricky Martin out there.
Former Oakland A, Richie Martin,
Is he?
drafted by the Oakland A's.
Huh. Wandy Peralta. Poor Booney. Guy's been through hell this year.
Why poor Booney?
I mean, who would want to have a job where people
Oh, no.
that you make one mistake or something happens that's quite literally out of your control, and immediately just like hundreds of thousands of people are clamoring for you to be fired and talking about how much you suck? Like, that's not, I mean, that's called working at Barstool, really, but
Yeah, it's life.
Yeah.
That's just life.
that's life.
That's life with
That's-
the internet now, right?
I guess, yeah, sure.
I absolutely love that Anthony Rizzo has never been afraid to just be down your throat on these bunt plays.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. Oh.
Got it done. I don't understand. What are you... As a left-handed pitcher...
This is tough, Dallas.
As a left-handed pitcher, that is your job. You can quite literally, physically, you can allow your momentum to take you to third and finish. That is your responsibility here. But a hell of a bunt by Richie Martin. Because you got to bunt it hard enough to take the pitcher out of the equation. But what I'm getting at, and I doubt that people will replay this, what we're talking about. Did you see how hard Rizzo crashed in front of him?
Yes.
That right there is why the pitcher has to take a deeper angle to third base, specifically with Anthony Rizzo.
So that's kind of, if the Yankees are 8 games back and the Orioles are 43.5 games back, then Baltimore, so I would do How would I calculate how many games back they are of the Yankees after this?
Half a game.
Just a half game?
Oh, they're
So I'd
walking
do-
sad.
So I would do 43 minus 8. Does that make sense?
Say that again.
All right. Right now,
Uh-huh.
the Yankees are 8 games back of first. And the Orioles are 43 and a half games back of first. If the Orioles win this game, how many games back of the Yankees are they?
Well, 43. 43 and a half to 43.
So wouldn't it be 42 and a half
40.
minus 8?
They're gaining a game on the Yankees.
Yes.
So whatever they started at, they're a full game. They've gained a full game.
Okay. So 43 and a half minus 8 plus 1. 43 and a half minus 8. They're 33. Okay, so it'd be 34 and a half.
34 and a half.
Duh.
Yeah. 0-2, bags juiced. Here comes
This game's
a.
over.
Here
All right,
comes a.
so my Yankees lose tweet says Orioles 3, Yankees 2. Baltimore gets within 34 and a half games of the 4th place Yankees. Because they would be in 4th if they lose this game. Just need a little sack fly. There's no outs, right?
No outs. Nobody out. And you, who said this was an absolute guaranteed Yankees win, is going to watch the Baltimore Orioles beat the New York Yankees right now.
Ooh, the bases are loaded? Oh, man, Dallas. Anything but a ball back to the mound. Ah.
Or that right there. My
Just a
God.
little-
Yeah, fuck yeah. Talk to yourself. This is 94 with some late life. Look at that thing. Just take off. That's a dagger. Thoughts on cornhole potentially becoming an Olympic sport?
Would it really?
I mean, just stop. It's not a sport. You
I
want to
mean,
call
there's
it
a lot of things in the Olympics that aren't really sports.
You want to call it a Hindu or not a Hindu? Jesus Christ! I was looking at this sweatshirt that says Hindu Land. Hindu Dave Henderson. It's not a sport. It's an event.
It's not, I mean, cornhole's not even an event. It's kind of just a thing to do. There's a lot of things in the Olympics that are just like, that's just like a thing to do.
I'd be here for it if they let, like, could you do pub shit while playing in the Olympics? Like, let these guys drink beers. Let these people drink beers.
Can you play darts in the Olympics?
I think that's going to be an Olympic sport.
Now we're just, no, come on.
But point, again, like, I need these guys hammering pints, just cussing up a storm, having a great time. Chucking
You
darts.
can't do that. How long, you know what? Serious question. How long before gaming is in the Olympics?
Not long at all. I would even venture to say gaming is going to be on the docket within the next 2 Olympic Games.
You think so?
In
So
the next
within 8
decade.
years?
In the next decade, yes. Absolutely.
I think it should be. Why not? I think that would be electric. Like, you want people to watch the Olympics? Like, look at all the fucking people that watch people play video games on streams.
Yeah.
Now you make it an Olympic sport. That would probably be the most watched Olympic sport.
Sure, but you got to think about being able to control that, like the environment. You know what I mean? The Olympic sport.
People hacking into the games.
Yes, come on, dude. Like all the fucking, all the shit that like you. I'm telling you, you want to get lost. You want to get lost in an absolute just warp. Go watch people bitching or go read comments about people bitching about getting cheated playing Call of Duty, playing Fortnite. Oh, this guy had fucking 8 point. Yeah, fucking what the fuck is this bullshit? Like friendships ended. People like going to jail over.
People going to jail.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like on a global scale, we're talking about global domination. Yeah, people are absolutely cheating their ass off. Fuck yeah.
That's scary.
Come on, Jared.
That's scary that it can be that easy to do.
No, I mean, when's the last time America's ever been embroiled in a hacking scandal? That's not something that we deal with over here, right?
No.
Oh, it's
over. The Orioles, the big bad Orioles walking off.
Uh-oh. So what's that? Where's that leave the Yanks?
4th place.
4th place. Where are the Yankees at now? In the wild card, they stay the same, huh?
No.
Things change, Mox.
Yeah, they're the team outside looking in right now.
Yep.
That puts the Red Sox in a wild card spot.
So right now,
the wild card right now is Blue Jays, Red Sox in Toronto.
And the A's are now 3 out from the New York Yankees, 2.5 out from the Boston Red Sox.
No, you wouldn't gain a half
Or
game
three,
on us.
3 out. Sorry.
Yeah, you're 3 back of us, and you're 2.5 back in New York.
We'll see you soon. Just win the series.